What's up guys, Cheapies, aka Noah, back today bringing another video. This time we're doing my top 5 sneakers for 2020 so far. It's been about 6 months already. 6 months have already passed fully and we're mostly into July. So I'm not really counting too much stuff after now. Anything rumored or anything confirmed is not getting on the list. It has to have come out already. That's how I kind of determined the top 5. These are going to be my personal opinions just because everyone has their own opinions, and that's kind of how top 5 works. Sure, some of them are going to be probably a lot of people's top 5. A few of them are just mine because that's kind of what I like. I picked up one of the ones on the list, so I haven't really picked up too many. It's not been great. Before getting to the list, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers by September 13th or something like that. The first day I uploaded. I'd like to get 100 subscribers by the end of the year. I never said that at the beginning of the video, so might as well throw that out now. So yeah, just hit that subscribe button down below, and yeah, let's get right into the video. All right, so we're gonna start off the list with an honorable mention because you have to. There's no other reason to have a top 5 list. It's not gonna have basically number 6, but I didn't know if this exactly fit in the top 5, but I think it could be a top 10 probably for sure this year. It's the New Balance 1700 Kith, the Colorist pink toe. It released back in January 31st for a retail price of $260, and it resales right now for about $350. Depends on the size. The images will be on the screen for all the sneakers on the list from StockX, just because that's where I usually go for my resale prices, just because it's easier to look at, and I think the screenshots look a little bit better. But I haven't really seen this shoe in person or anything. I kind of wanted to include a different brand other than Nike and Adidas, just because I think New Balance has had some pretty good sneakers this year. The 1700 Kith, the Colorist pink toe, I think it looks pretty good. It's blue, white, and pink with obviously the pink toe. These are pretty limited, I remember, because I tried to get it and I couldn't because that's just how it works. And his collab was Kith, and Kith the collabs usually do pretty well, and New Balance I think New Balance is like doing really well this year. They didn't make anything on the top 5 just because I haven't really picked anything up. I know other people have had them pretty high for some of the other silhouettes, but I thought this was probably one of the best silhouettes they've released this year, and the best colorway too. So that's why it's an honorable mention, and it's not on the top 5. All right, so getting into the actual top 5 list, at number 5 we have the Nike Space Hippie 3. It just released this month on the 3rd. For a retail price of $180. Resale currently goes for $370 plus. I think it'll go down a little bit because they're still pretty fresh. It may even go up, who knows. But there is another colorway coming out, but I'm going with the original colorway because that's the one I think actually looks the best. I didn't get this one. I kind of wanted it. This is the one I wanted the most out of all of them. The one looks pretty good. I think the 3 is the best. It's obviously, if you guys don't know, it's made out of recycled material. The upper is 85% recycled, and this one has that unique lacing system on it that I think gives it a unique design that no other shoe really has right now. Plus, it's all recycled, and I think that's really good for Nike to be using recycled material to make some sneakers. So that's basically why I put it on the list. I think it's just one of the more unique sneakers that's probably going to come out this year. And I just think it looks really good too. So I wish I would have gotten it, but I didn't. But that's number 5. So at number 4, we have the first dunk on this list. The year is basically just going to be dunks. Dunks are really popular this year, and there's been a ton of collabs on them that have been really good. So this is the Nike Dunk Low Travis Scott. It released in February on the 29th for a retail price of $150. It currently resells for over $1,700. That's at least what I saw. So you know it's Travis Scott, so it's gonna be ridiculous. And Travis Scott might have been the shoe of the year last year. I don't know if it was my personal, but it seemed to be like kind of the unanimous shoe of the year. I think it was last year, the Jordan 1. But it's obviously a dunk, and dunks are super crazy this year. And then Travis Scott, of course, has been super crazy with his collabs. And this is probably one of the better collabs recently. Some of them haven't been all right. The 270 wasn't the best. And then the 6, I think, also came out this year. It might have not. But this is the best Travis collab that came out this year, and it's a dunk. So it's going to be on a lot of top 5 lists. I only have it at number 4 because it's not my favorite of the dunks. And I know it's just Travis Scott, so it's going to be a lot more hyped up than it really is. But it's got a bunch of different materials on it, and then it's got the rope laces. I think it's a good-looking shoe. That's why it's number 4. But I don't think I could justify putting it any higher than the ones I have above it. At number 3, we actually have a tie, basically because I couldn't decide which Jordan 1 colorway I wanted to put on here more. I didn't want to put it at 3 and 4 because it's the same silhouette. It's just different colorway. So the first one I have on here is the Jordan 1 Royal Toe. This also just released pretty recently on May 9th. For a retail price of $170, which is the generic Jordan price right now. It resells for $280, which isn't that bad. It's probably the second cheapest on this list compared to a lot of the other ones that get pretty expensive. I think it's really clean. I really want this one. I still might pick it up one day. This is the one that I really wanted that I didn't get. It's just black and blue with the blue toe, and it's white. People will reference it and say it looks a little bit like the Fragment. The Fragment obviously goes for way more than that, but I think this is just a clean looking Jordan. Blue is my favorite color, so blue definitely is going to make the list. And I think it was probably the best Jordan, or tied. It's tied for the best Jordan 1 released this year, at least in my opinion, because that's what this list is. Also at number 3, we have the Jordan 1 Court Purple, the 2.0 or whatever it is. This released back in April. This released in April, if I got that right, for a retail of $170, resales for about $270. Obviously, this is the only one on the list I actually was able to pick up. I put this one on the list because it's probably my favorite Jordan one that I have and picked up this year. I don't know if it beats the Royal Toe, but it's also really clean. I just really like it. I know this obviously isn't like a super unique colorway, but these obviously are top 3 in my opinion. And since I actually picked this one up, I couldn't just leave it off and put the Royal Toe as the only Jordan 1. So I think it's really good. I literally probably bought this shirt just for these sneakers because I think it looks really good together. But purple looks really good on these, and I'm just pretty happy with these. I know people are like right now changing the leather to kind of like a suede material and making them a little lighter of purple, but I like them the way they are. I might put some white laces in them. But yeah, I think these ones definitely are top 3 for me this year. So at number 2, we have another Dunk Low. This is the Strangeloe. It released back in February 8th for a retail price of $100, and right now it goes there for $1,000, which is crazy. It's kind of pink, white, and red. It's obviously Strangeloe Skateboards. That's the collab with them. It's super limited and released around Valentine's Day, obviously. I think this sneaker might be my favorite Dunk. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know if I want to put it 3 or 2. I think this beats the Jordans. Obviously, since like I said earlier, Dunks are crazy this year. And I think this is just one clean looking Dunk. Definitely one of my favorites this year. I wish I could pick it up. Obviously, it's $1,000 and I'm not spending that on a sneaker at this point in my life. So maybe if I ever get it, that'd be sick. But I think it's just really clean looking. Like I said, it's super limited, like most collab Dunks at this point, especially with skate shops. They're a lot more limited, and they're not this like super not general release, but like on the sneakers app, and there's a ton of stock in them. But it's pink and red. I've been wearing a decent amount of pink. Chinatown Market shirt that I really like is pink, so it would fit perfectly with that. But I think it's just a really good looking sneaker, and that's why I have it at number 2. Just because I think it's better than Travis, and it's just a really good looking sneaker because I've never seen it in person. I've only seen pictures of it, but what I've seen I really like, so that's why it's number 2. All right, at number 1, you probably all can predict it. I talked about the shoe when it was releasing. I really wanted to pick it up. Obviously, I didn't get it, or else I would have had one in person to show you guys. This released back in May for a retail of $100. It resells right now for $1,500. That's without the special box. With a special box, it's over $2,000, which is ridiculous. At least $2,000. But this is the Ben & Jerry's Nike SB Dunk Low, the chunky Dunkies. I wish I could see this in person. I still have yet to see one. I've seen pictures. I've seen videos on it. Definitely my favorite sneaker of the year. I still don't know how I feel about Dunks, but this one is just I like Ben & Jerry's ice cream, so that may sway it, but I think it just looks super clean. With the materials on it, it's got that melting like yellow swoosh. The cow print on it's just blue and green. That's got the tie-dye in the inside. If I could ever afford it, $1,500 is kind of ridiculous, but it's definitely probably a sneaker of the year. Probably for most people. I feel like that might not even change. There are some other sneakers coming out this year that may pass in other people's opinion, but in my opinion, I think the Chunky Dunky is probably a lock for the shoe of the year. I don't know. It's the only one that beats the Strangeloe in my opinion, just because it's just crazy and it looks really good. So that's number one, and I think it's kind of obvious for most people. I imagine is probably in the top 2 for the year already, if not shoe of the year. But definitely like it a lot. I wish I could pick it up one day, but yeah, Chunky Dunky number 1. Pretty obvious for I think everyone at this point. So that's number 1, and that was the top 5. So that was the top 5. Thank you guys for watching. I guess comment down below your top 5 if Chunky Dunky's not on there. I would say you're wrong, but it's your opinion, so I don't really care. But this is my top 5 in my opinion. I know the Jordan 1s probably aren't the craziest hype shoes, but they're, in my opinion, probably my favorite Jordan 1s of the year. And then the Chunky Dunky just has to be number 1 because it looks so good, and it was super limited. It's really expensive. Not even the most expensive on the list, but I think over the years, once it gets like really limited and people wear them, it's gonna get insane pricing. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me your top 5 sneakers at this point of the year. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.